I am definitely not as emotionally in touch with how I'm feeling or emotionally intelligent, I think, as you are. We had this, like, I just kind of feel brain dead, to be honest with you.
It's a practice, bro. Like, I've been working now for literally seriously working behind the scenes. And it's not fun, by the way. It's not fun to take a look at all the things that created all of these monsters inside of you and to like uncover them. It's actually quite terrifying and confusing.
I still haven't done it. I'm 30.
And I
got that hood closed, bro. No, I'm not bragging, but I understand where you're coming from. And I want to say this too. You both have grown tremendously, both of you. I mean, I've had the blessing and pleasure to be around you guys for the past 5 or 6 years, and I mean the growth is tangible, immense, and so palpable to me and everyone. And I know you guys both, whether it's boxing or ayahuasca, girlfriends, whatever, like to attribute a lot of your emotional growth and success to the things that you're doing. But I also have noticed that it has been something that you guys stopped doing that has also contributed to that growth. And that's creating daily content and being and living in that atmosphere of fucking feedback, that crowdsourced self-esteem that Kanye has talked about, right? Like those, that always on criticism and critique in a world that I live in still to this day, that doesn't really allow you to ever check in on yourself. That doesn't really ever allow you the time to sit with a therapist or with a loved one and say, yo, I don't know why I feel like this. Let's work on it. Cause you're too busy fulfilling your obligation to an audience. And so that's one thing I noticed about both of you guys. When you guys took a moment to step back from that grind, from that always on approach, and focused on boxing and long-term pursuits, it really gave you some room to breathe.
100%. And that's why I say, like, Hollywood is such a terribly unhealthy place. And there's a reason why damn near every single person that goes there and ends up getting famous and all of these things ends up on almost identically the same path of drugs, alcohol, and all of these dark places. And that's why you hear so many stories about it all the time. And your happiness lies within an audience. You know, everyone knows it's not good to be codependent, right? Like you want to be your own independent, self-loving person. If you're in a codependent relationship where your happiness relies on the other person, that's terrible. It's never going to work out, right? Well, guess what you're doing when you're becoming famous? You're becoming codependent on millions of people for your happiness. And so unless you truly don't give a fuck and can separate yourself from that, it's going to create this terribly fucked up system and feedback loop in your head that's never going to work in your favor.
I had a major breakthrough during the time I was shooting originals, because it was one of the first times in my life where I felt like I was doing the thing I love, creating, but for me. Yeah, I was finally making content that I wanted to make because it really interested me. Putting down that camera and sort of putting the audience on hold for a second was so liberating. When you're doing stuff consistently for other people for so long, and I say this all the time, but you're just constantly just giving your energy. Like, how much do you have for you to even just discover who you are in a developmental period of your life? And finding myself and truly being able to say that I became a person that I love is the most freeing, relaxing, motivating feeling I've in space that I've ever lived in my whole life. And perhaps that's why I mentioned earlier, I'm the happiest I've ever been. Perhaps that's why I'm achieving these goals that are far beyond what I ever could have imagined. And I'm not even like in my head, I don't know what they look like ahead of time. It's not like I'm shooting for something. I'm just like doing what I love. Yep. I'm doing what I love. And I found this contentness and I'm so fucking blessed and grateful for it. But I think to make this a little bit relatable for anyone listening, and so like the takeaway here is, I guess, just be really cognizant of your energy, and you know, it's not good to be selfish, but how much of your life are you living for you, and how much are you giving away? Do you have any left for yourself? I really do believe that's important.
Yeah, that's the key to life, man. And we're not human doings, we're human beings. So if you could just be and master the art of yourself and being in a room alone and can make yourself happy, that's the most important thing. And the fact that you've now found this after so many years is really awesome, and I'm proud of you for that, honestly, because it's not easy, man. It's not easy at all.
Hey there, if you like the clip, make sure to subscribe or check out this recommended clip to my right.